The transport vessel drifted across the outer rim like a silent shard of metal slicing through a dark ocean. Inside that vessel stood a human named Aaron, a repair technician sent by the United Earth Coalition to survey foreign structures that sparked interest across the sector. Aaron had traveled through lonely star belts and across drifting debris fields, but nothing unsettled him as much as being told he would enter the abandoned palace of an alien monarchy that vanished centuries ago. His mission sounded simple on paper. Inspect the palace. Retrieve any functional technology. Report findings. Yet nothing that seemed simple ever remained simple for long. The palace rested on the frozen side of a half-lit world. A shimmering ring of light cut across mountains and plains. But the palace itself sat in the cold gloom where the sun never reached. Its tall crystal towers glowed faintly with a soft inner light. The vessel landed at the edge of a marble courtyard. Aaron stepped down, steadying himself against a sudden rush of cold air. His suit held warmth, but his face felt the sting of frost. He walked forward, boots crunching on fine blue frost scattered over carved stone. The entrance doors were enormous slabs of mineral glass, faded by age yet still smooth to the touch. They opened with a low sigh when his gloved hand touched the panel. Aaron raised his light and scanned the interior. The hall stretched out like a dream, carved pillars on both sides twisting in artistic spirals. Strange patterns covered the walls, flowing like language, yet looking more like music turned into shapes. Aaron walked deeper, sensing a faint hum beneath the surface of the palace. Something still lived in this structure. His device pinged with quiet pulses. Energy signatures. Strong ones. The Coalition had assumed the palace was dead, only a relic waiting for greedy scavengers or curious researchers. Aaron felt the unease settle into his chest. He followed the pulses toward a central chamber. A curved door blocked his path. It shimmered with heat, even though the air around it was freezing. His hand tools scanned the door and displayed symbols he did not recognize. Yet as he placed his palm on the surface, the symbols shifted. The door opened. Warm light spilled out. Aaron stepped inside. He expected machinery. He expected ancient devices humming with forgotten power. What he found instead forced him to freeze where he stood. At the center of the round chamber was a tall crystalline capsule. Its surface was cracked open. Steam drifted out in soft spirals. And beside that capsule stood a young woman with pale silver skin and hair that glowed faintly like strands of moonlight. She was unclothed. Aaron's eyes widened, and he immediately looked away, raising a hand out of instinct. The young woman gasped as if waking from a dream. Her shock was clear. She grabbed a thin translucent sheet hanging from the side of the capsule and wrapped it hastily around her body. The sheet clung to her like woven mist, covering her without hiding its strange material. Aaron kept his gaze lowered. "I am sorry," he said, voice steady though his mind raced. "I did not expect anyone here." The young woman stepped back, still gripping the sheet. Her expression carried confusion and caution. Her voice echoed like soft chimes. "How long has it been?" Aaron lifted his head slowly. Her eyes were a deep shade of violet. She did not look hostile. She did not look afraid of him, only stunned by the situation. "I do not know how long you have been inside that capsule," he said. "I am from a coalition of worlds. Your palace has been empty for a very long time." She blinked once, then twice. "Empty? That cannot be. My father ruled this palace. My people lived across the mountain ranges. I was told to rest until the storm ceased." Her voice trembled. The storm should have ended within a single cycle. Aaron studied her. She appeared young by human standards. Yet alien lifespans varied wildly. "What is your name?" he asked. She hesitated, as if testing his sincerity. Lyra, Lyra, Aaron repeated gently. Something must have gone wrong. The palace shows signs of abandonment. Your people may have evacuated. Lyra tightened the sheet around herself and stepped closer to the capsule. Her fingers traced the cracks on its outer surface. This chamber was meant to protect me. I should not have awakened until my people returned. Where are they? Aaron wished he had answers. His scanner blinked uncertainly. Maybe we can find records in the palace, he said. Something must have been left behind. Lyra's gaze lingered on Aaron. Her features softened. You are human, she said quietly. He nodded. Yes, I have heard of your kind, she whispered. Stories told by visiting scholars. They said humans were bold, reckless, unstoppable. Aaron gave a faint smile. People say many things. Lyra looked down at her translucent sheet. I did not mean to appear before you like this. The capsule does not store clothing. It is meant only to preserve life. I understand, Aaron replied. You do not need to worry. I am only here to help. She looked at him with gratitude, mixed with confusion, as if trying to anchor herself in a world she did not recognize. Then help me find what remains of my people. Aaron nodded. I will. They left the chamber. Lyra walked beside him, barefoot yet unhindered by the cold. Her sheet shimmered softly, forming shifting patterns of light with every movement. Aaron kept his focus forward, maintaining respectful distance. His scanner guided them through long halls where dust had settled like a blanket. Lyra paused often, touching walls, whispering names of places or memories she recalled. Each whisper carried wonder and sorrow. When they reached the throne hall, Lyra halted. The massive seat of crystal stood empty. Fallen banners lay across the floor. Broken shards glittered under the faint light. Aaron watched her grip the sheet more tightly. They left, she murmured. They did not wait for me. Aaron stepped closer. Maybe they believed you would be safe here. Maybe their evacuation was sudden. Lyra shook her head. My people do not run so easily. They must have faced danger beyond imagining. Aaron raised his scanner, sweeping the hall. A faint reading flickered near the steps of the throne. He approached and knelt. A small device was half embedded in dust. Aaron lifted it carefully. Its surface glowed when his fingers touched the central sigil. Lyra gasped. That is my father's seal. Aaron handed it to her. She turned the device, pressing her palm against it. A projection burst upward. A faint recording flickered in the air. A tall figure appeared, cloaked in regal garments. His voice echoed through the hall with a tone heavy with grief. We were forced to flee, the projection said. Our enemy grows without end. We cannot protect the palace. We cannot wake Lara. She must remain safe within the capsule until another arrives to help her. If she wakes before our return, let the one who finds this message protect her. The projection faded. Silence filled the hall. Lyra trembled. They did not abandon me. They trusted that someone would come. Aaron spoke softly. And I did. She looked at him with newfound strength. Then I will trust you as they hoped I would. Aaron nodded. We need to determine who forced your people to flee. Maybe they left traces outside the palace. Lyra inhaled slowly, gathering resolve. Take me to your vessel. I must see what remains of my world. Aaron guided her through the freezing courtyard. The ship's ramp opened, allowing warm air to flow outward. Lyra stepped inside with a mix of awe and unease. Aaron handed her a spare thermal cloak. She draped it over her sheet and gave a small nod of appreciation. They lifted off, ascending through pale clouds. From above, the palace looked smaller, surrounded by mountains carved with ancient paths. Lyra pressed her hand against the window. My home, she whispered. So quiet. Aaron watched her reflection. We will find answers. The vessel's sensors scanned the surrounding lands. At a distant valley, the readings pulsed with intensity. Aaron guided the ship there. As they descended, ruins came into view. Burned structures, crumbled towers, large tracks carved into the ground by something massive. Lyra's voice tightened. This destruction is recent. Aaron checked the readings. Yes, not centuries old. Maybe only years. Lyra's eyes widened. Then my people may still be alive. Aaron landed the ship gently. They stepped out into the wind. The valley felt like a battlefield long abandoned. Burn marks sank deep into stone. Strange black residue coated the ground. Lyra knelt and touched it. Her face paled. This belongs to a species known as the Devourers. They consume everything. They leave no world untouched. Aaron frowned. Have they reached human space before? No, Lyra said. They move slowly, but relentlessly. They strip worlds and move to the next. My people once held them back. Aaron studied the surrounding ruins. If they passed through here, your people fled in the opposite direction. Lyra rose. Then we must follow their path. Aaron guided her back to the ship. He set the course deeper into the galaxy. Hours passed as they followed faint traces. Lyra remained seated near the window, watching stars streak by. Aaron noticed how her gaze shifted between sorrow and determination. You are handling this well, he said. She shook her head. I am holding on to hope. Nothing more. You have reason to hope, because of you. Aaron felt a quiet responsibility settle on his shoulders. I am only doing what any human would. Lyra gave him a gentle look. Stories about humans said you never abandon those who need you. Aaron smiled faintly. I would like to live up to that. The vessel detected a signal. Faint, moving, alive. Aaron angled the ship toward it. As they approached, the signal grew stronger until the CL